Well, for more on this, we're joined by Vaughan van Rensburg, Principal at Chapel Downs Primary School in Auckland, and Denise Torrey, who is Principal at Summerfield School in Christchurch. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning, Morena. Vaughan, if I start with you in Auckland, how do you go about getting, motivated and getting students back to the Zoom calls, I suppose?
Yeah, well, we're re-engaging with our community again and making it really clear we are officially back in Term 4. We've got 3 bubbles on site today catering for our essential workers and supporting our community. So we've got 28 students, which is a record for us in bubble school, which we're quite professional at bubble school now. So that's one way we're supporting our community, but we're also offering a lot more online material as of today. And we're delivering and having people, community, come on board to get some hard-pack material to help them out this week. But we're also checking in with our families to make sure they're actually doing okay, because a lot of our families are particularly vulnerable, and we're making sure we're supporting them. And we've had a lot of amazing support from Kids Can, because, our community's doing it pretty tough at the moment.
And what's your advice to parents if the kids don't want to front up to the computer in the morning for the roll call or whatever you do on that Zoom call? How do you try and, motivate them?
Oh, we're all about well-being, really. We work on the care, nurture, educate. So we start off making sure that, we're caring for all the students and they're happy. And it's all about their well-being at the moment and getting through, really, to be
Absolutely.
honest. Yeah, the education's the third thing on the chain. So we're just it's been a long road for our community, so we're just making sure we're supporting and seeing lots of happy faces, and we can't wait to properly re-engage with them all.
It's absolutely right, isn't it, getting through. Denise, you're in a different situation, obviously, in Christchurch. What are the thinking there? A lot of focus has gone into ventilation, into the way in which you're going to teach. How's that gone?
We've been at alert level 2 for a number of weeks now, so we're just about getting it right, I think. Yes, ventilation, when we've got groups of kids together, that's been challenging because when we came back it was very cold. I did say to my staff it's probably the first time I'll ever let them open their windows and turn on their heat pumps. But of course the fine weather is coming, so ventilation won't be an issue. It's reminding people, it's getting people to remember this is actually an important part. But our children have adjusted really well, and I think I just want to do a big shout out to our colleagues in Tamaki, Makaurau and Northland and Waikato, because they are doing a really hard mahi, and we absolutely respect the work that they're doing to make sure their kids are engaged. Our kids are really happy. They run in the gates. We meet them at the gates every day and greet our whānau and our tamariki, and they're running in. So they're really happy to be at school. They've re-engaged really well.
And in terms of the staff, with the vaccination mandates and the vaccination roll as well, how are those things progressing?
Yes, I think, I really feel for colleagues across the nation who've got difficulty in staffing their schools anyway. We don't at our school, and our staff have done a great job of making sure that they got vaccinated. As soon as we became essential, they made sure they went out and got vaccinated. So we're in a very good position, but I understand, colleagues across the Mohi are actually doing it quite hard. If their staff choose not to be vaccinated, who's going to teach their kids?
Vaughan, how are you going with your vaccinations with your staff? So do you need full staff there for the bubble school, as you called it?
The mighty bubble school. We've got, we'll have 10 staff on board today, including our property team, our leadership team, and three teachers to man the 3 bubbles. So, we all got, as required by the government, all 10 staff were tested last week, and we're all double vaxxed as well. So our whole team is also double vaxxed, so we've got almost 70 staff, and they're all either had the one shot or the double shot. So we're well on track to make sure when we eventually get back to as normal as we can be, that we're all covered there. So our team's been amazingly supportive and ready to protect our community.
Obviously, we saw a great community buzz with Super Saturday. Is that something you could look to build on with the students in terms of that collective spirit that was seen on the weekend?
Yeah, I was really buoyed by that. So it was an amazing result. So we're hoping to keep our community buzzing on that and support them as much as we can to wrap our team around them to make sure they're keeping everyone safe and supporting the vaccination drive.
And Denise, finally, just for you, how are your students going with things like masks and their sense of what is things like Super Saturday and what's going on? Are they, their spirits still pretty good?
Well, we're really proud in Canterbury. We had over 17,000 people get vaccinated, so I guess there was a great uptake of people getting out there. Our kids started off, some of them wearing masks when they first came into level 2. That did drop off. They weren't as comfortable, I don't think, because not everyone was in masks. But we start swimming today and the children are going to be bussed. So the recommendation is that they wear masks. So I'm going to be interested to see how many of them are in masks.
Absolutely. Well, very good. Thank you very much for both of you for that. Was speaking there to Vaughan Van Rensburg, Principal at Chapel Downs Primary School in Auckland, obviously in Level 3, and Denise Torrey, who is Principal at Summerfield School in Christchurch, still in Level 2.